Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices.
Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome back to all of you. My name is Pratibha, and I'll be your moderator today. First of all, thank you so much, all of you, for joining in our webinar. So, today we have gotten you a very special and a very unique webinar. So, today we are doing the one-day learning experience, exclusive AI and L&D Leadership 2026 webinar. Just allow me a minute to share my screen. Meanwhile, please do let us know from where you guys are watching. We would be happy to know that. So, on behalf of the Global Skill Development Council, I'm truly delighted to welcome you all into the AI and GSDC Certified Learning AI and L&D Leadership Lab 2026, an exclusive one-day learning experience. For those who have joined with us for the very first time, let me give you a quick introduction who we are, and then we will move ahead with our today's session. So, Global Skill Development Council is a globally recognized certification body. We are accredited by ABICB. Till yet, we have a 250,000 professionals certified with us. We are associated with 500 plus subject matter experts who contribute to our program. We are associated with 100 plus training partners across globe. We are also partnered with 1,000 plus multinational companies and 50 plus universities worldwide. So these are the training partners who are connected with us from the Asia, Canada, Africa, Australia, Nigeria, Singapore, and many other countries. So special thanks to all training partners to helping us improving our program. And a very special thank you to our media partner, WordPress, for covering all of our press releases and event releases. So before starting the session, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that we have just launched a very unique platform called GSDC AI Studio, Lifelong Learning Initiative, in which you will be getting 100 plus live monthly sessions with global expert, including 4 daily sessions, 45-minute live expert lead session for hands-on learning, sessions from global expert. Now you can learn directly from our AI leaders around the world, real-time practice, you can apply concept immediately and get your question answered. Certification ready, you will be getting the training aligned with industry standard job ready skills. So do you want to know how you can get the benefit of GSDC AI Studio? Well, let me tell you. So there are three ways. First, you have a free 14-day access in which you will be getting the 80 plus live session per month and access to full GSTC studio. Second, you have a GSTC lifelong membership in which you will be upgrading to pro, and you are going to get the lifetime access of 80 plus live session per month and access to full GSTC studio, free GSTC membership, access to physical event, LinkedIn profile improver. Last but not the least, we have GSTC certification plus lifetime membership. Now, participant, this offer is for a very limited time of period, so make sure you're getting the advantage of it because you are getting the lifetime access of GSTC certification, all benefits of lifetime membership, personalized coaching, capstone projects plus AI tool, GSTC Copilot competency assessment tool in $100 only. So, as currently we are covering 100 certification in our portfolio, which include the learning and development, HR, genetic AI, agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor and implementer, project management and PMO, agile DevOps and SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and many more. But once you get certified with GSTC, you just don't walk away with a certification. You become a part of our community, which comes with the GSTC membership benefit, including the lifelong membership, certification upgrade, workshop boot camps, learning club access, also the full benefit of GSTC AI Studio, and many more. And with that, it's time to welcome our today's speaker. So I really apologize for this participant. This slide is a mismatch. Just allow me a minute. And I really apologize to my speaker also. Just allow me a minute. I think I have a glitch. So because of that, my old slide is opening up into this.
Pratibha, you're on mute. You might want to unmute yourself.
So meanwhile, I would like to know from where you guys are watching, what do you think regarding our GSDC certification, which we are conducting, the session we are conducting, and the learnings and everything. And I really apologize for this. I appreciate you guys standing to patient today. So just allow me a minute for it. So, as today we have a one day learning exclusive webinar. So that's why, because usually we do the challenges also in the AI webinars at this time. But because today we have a one day learning webinar, so we are not going to do the challenges. But we do have the challenges upcoming from our next webinar. So please stay tuned for that. And the issue has been resolved. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. And I really apologize once again for this. So just let me share my slide once again. And so it's time to welcome our today's speaker. Today we have Malvika. So Malvika is a 3x CHRO certified executive coach and founder of Itwis Group, human capital advisory firm, helping business win in the workplace and succeed in the marketplace. Malvika holds a BBA from the Universities of Illinois, Chicago, and an MBA from Kellogg School of Management. With 15 plus years of experience across consulting, manufacturing, CPG, healthcare, tech, and mobile gaming, she has led global people teams supporting up to 5,000 employees in 50 countries. Her expertise includes HR strategies, talent management, performance management, and organizational effectiveness. Tech and mobile games, she has lead global people team supporting, and Malvika used data-driven approaches to boost engagement, develop leaders, transforming cultures, and drive sustainable growth. She has also served as interim CFO and CEO, bringing strong business acumen to HR. Today, she advises CEO and boards at fractional CHRO and executive coach, translating AI through the human, governance, and leadership lanes. And today, she is going to give the session on how generative AI is shaping leadership development from personalized coaching to strategic insight. But before handing over the virtual mic, just a quick reminder, if you have any query or if you want to connect with Malika regarding the session, otherwise at the end of the session, please feel free to use the chat box. And if you want to know more regarding the GSDC AI initiative, please feel free to use the chat box. Once again, don't be shy, drop your reactions, emojis, and quick comment into the chat. That's how we know you are actively listening and absorbing from these insightful sessions. We also have an announcement to make at the end of today's session, which is a $400 worth gift certification voucher. So with that, it's time to welcome Malvika on the platform. Thank you so much, Malvika, for coming on our platform. We are very honored to have you as a speaker. And once again, I apologize for the mistake. So the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Pratibha. Can you all hear me and see me okay? If you can, just type in the chat yes. It's lovely to be here with you today. I am dialing in, thank you. Glad you can see me and hear me. I am dialing in from freezing cold Chicago. It is, the feels like is -4 Fahrenheit here, which is around -20 Celsius. So hopefully you are somewhere warmer than I am and I can live vicariously through you. So like Pratibha said, please share in the chat where you're dialing in from. We would love to know where you are. Before we get started, I know Pratibha gave me a very lovely introduction, so I'm just going to add a little bit to that. Here, let me minimize this. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, Malvika, we can see your screen.
Okay. Let me make sure I can. All right. So let me just really quickly add to Pratibha's introduction of me. In addition to serving as a fractional CHRO and executive coach, I'm also an advisory board member for a couple of organizations in the HR tech space. And I'm a speaker and writer on all things at the intersection of AI and people and culture. I've included some links to my work here in case you'd like to check it out. I especially recommend my articles to people who can't fall asleep. So good luck with that. So let's dive right in. I know we have a limited amount of time today, so I want to talk a little bit about the current state of leadership development and the current state of leadership in general, especially as we think about middle management. So we've all read the news articles about how AI is going to decimate the role of middle managers. So if you have seen headlines like this, please share in the chat and say yes or me. I would love to know if we are all seeing the same news headlines. I have seen a lot of these myself, and these news articles would have you believe, again, that the middle manager role is disappearing. But we all know also from being in our roles and organizations that the story is not that simple. We know that when we look beyond the headlines that sensationalize things, AI is really redefining the role of managers. And managers are essential for AI transformation within our organizations. Managers are the ones who translate strategy from the top to the front lines and ensure that the day-to-day execution happens effectively at the frontline levels. So in order to enable middle managers, though, to successfully lead AI transformations and to successfully lead change and help people navigate through this era where the volume and pace of change only continue to accelerate, we know that we need to develop our leaders to navigate this new era. And we know that they need new skills and they need to hone some existing skills in this AI era, which means that we also need to evolve our L&D and leadership development practices. But how exactly is the AI era leadership development shift happening? So if you look at traditional leadership development, we have programs that I call one size fits none. So in the past, we've developed programs not to knock L&D teams. I've been part of those teams myself, but we've developed programs that were one size fits none, that were classroom style workshop trainings where we would bring leaders together for a 2-day, 3-day, 4-day training. And what would happen is we had the forgetting curve at play. If you don't know about the forgetting curve, it says that you forget 90% of the content or information that you've learned within 7 days of learning it. And that's partly because we don't have the opportunity after programs like this to apply that learning. And so we don't have the opportunity to translate that learning to actual behavior change and therefore to business outcomes. So we've developed programs where we bring leaders together who have varying level of expertise in the skill that we're trying to teach, but we start them all at the same level. And when you think about AI-powered leadership development, we have the opportunity to provide personalization at scale. So we can meet people where they are at their skill level. We can meet people at the juncture where they want to learn specific skills. And that means that we can provide just-in-time learning. So we can provide learning and development to people when they need it, rather than 6 months, 9 months, 12 months ahead of when they need it, and they end up forgetting what they learned. And finally, the other aspect of AI-powered leadership development is it's continuous versus what traditional leadership development programs provide, which is episodic development. So with AI-powered leadership development, you can have leaders partnering with AI to learn on a continuous basis. Simply because the resource intensity is much lower, and we have the technology now at our fingertips to, again, meet people where they are and design programs that meet individual needs. Now, in order to design the right leadership development programs for the AI era, we of course need to understand what are the skills that we need to develop in our leaders. We all know that AI is creating a situation where technical skills are becoming more and more commoditized. So it is becoming easier to acquire knowledge and expertise. I can speak for myself as a solopreneur. I have now been able to accomplish tasks in marketing, in design, even basic coding tasks that I would not have been able to accomplish without AI. And I'm not a technical person at all. And so what that means is when it becomes easier and easier to acquire technical functional skills, the soft skills, or as I like to call them, the power skills, become even more important. Because in the AI era, the leaders who can bring those power skills, those human skills to the table, things like managing performance, developing talent, providing strategic clarity, helping teams prioritize, helping teams develop cross-functional collaboration. Those are exactly the type of skills that we will place a premium on in the future. So what I would like to know before we move any further is I would like to know what is one leadership skill your organization struggles to build consistently. So Pratibha, if you're ready, if you can start poll number 1, that would be terrific. And we will give everyone just a minute or two to share your answers. And if you don't see a skill listed in the poll that your organization is struggling to build consistently, share in the chat what you're seeing in your organization.
Malvika, the poll has been launched.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please do let me know when you want to end the poll.
Okay, we are at 51% participation. Maybe I think we should be good to go once we are at 60. It looks like we have a pretty good representation here of our population. All right, I think this is good enough. We're pretty close to 60% participation. So no surprises here. We have pretty much a split between coaching and developing talent, strategic thinking, and effective performance management. When I work with organizations, mostly private equity-backed companies tend to be my clients. These are the top 3 skills that come up pretty consistently. So coaching and developing talent seems to be the highest rated one here. So here I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. Hopefully you can all see the results here on the screen. Let me know.
Yes,
in the
Malvika,
chat.
it is visible.
Okay, great. So let me know in the chat if these results surprise you, if this is inconsistent with what you're seeing in your organization, or if it is consistent. I would love to know what you're seeing out there. But again, like I said, this does not surprise me. So as we think about coaching and developing talent, since that seems to be the highest rated skill that you all are looking to build consistently in your organization. We will talk a little bit more about that here today. So I'm going to get into the live demo part of this session now. So allow me a moment to share my other screen. All right, so I am on another screen now, so I'm going to demo a couple of tools for you. These are free, or what I would call freemium tools, so either free or very minimal fees to get access to these tools. So first, I'm going to show you how I use a custom GPT on this topic of coaching and developing talent. So we know that as we work to coach and develop team members, one of the skills that leaders struggle with the most is providing clear feedback to their team members on what steps they need to take to develop and grow. So one of the things that I've done to help my clients with this is I've created a custom GPT, which I call a feedback coach. So you can see here I have a couple of other GPTs as well. Like I said, I work a lot with private equity backed organizations. So I have a private equity advisor GPT. I have something called a Malvika GPT, which is something I'm building to sort of clone myself, if you will. So I'm incorporating all of my knowledge and expertise and frameworks into that GPT. But today we're going to look at this feedback coach. So I'm going to go into this feedback coach GPT, and I want to show you how easily I was able to build this GPT. And remember, like I said earlier, I'm not a technical person at all. So I have used very simple English language prompts to build and train this GPT. So this GPT is called the feedback coach. I have told it that it needs to help leaders craft and deliver feedback that is clear, fair, actionable, etc. And in the instructions, I've told it you are an executive feedback coach. Your job is to help leaders prepare for feedback conversations. As you can see, I've given it a sort of default approach, and I've given it instructions on the tone that it should use with users, some operational tools, what deliverables it should provide when a user asks for help with feedback, questions to ask before finalizing, 3 to 5 intake questions. When the user doesn't have examples, you should still help, right? Some signature outputs, deliverable bundle. And then finally, I gave it a quick instruction on safety, where I said if someone is asking you for advice on illegal activity, harassment, discrimination, etc., you should refuse to respond and redirect them to the appropriate resources. I have some conversation starters here. And then I have a knowledge base that I have given it. So these are just files that are PDF files that I have shared with this GPT that cover my key feedback frameworks. And then I've selected the options that I want in terms of capabilities. So this is how simple it is to set up a custom GPT on this topic. Now, this is a feedback coach. I could have created a custom GPT on any number of topics. I could have created a goal-setting GPT. I could have created a GPT that helps leaders help their teams prioritize, or helps their teams run better meetings, etc., etc. You get the idea. So I'm going to show you a prompt here, and I've already crafted some prompts so you don't have to sit here and see me type and make spelling mistakes as I type. So this is the prompt that I'm going to share with my feedback coach. So what I'm saying to it is, I have a direct report who has interpersonal issues. This person's peers have brought to my attention that he interrupts them in meetings and they feel left out. I value everyone's input and I don't want to miss out on diverse input and expertise on my team. I have observed the same behavior help me develop a feedback script that I can use with this individual. So I'm going to give my feedback coach this prompt. And what it's doing is when it says it's searching my knowledge base, it's searching through those files that I showed you that I provided it to help train this GPT. So it's giving me, as you can see, the opening statement. It says not HR-ish. So it's taking out any HR jargon, and it's providing feedback to me, the leader, that I can use in a very simple, easy to understand way with my direct report. So here you go. You can see it's providing me a script, and it's telling me exactly what to say based on the training that I've given it. So there you have it. This is one of the easiest ways to use AI in leadership development. And here, of course, I'm using OpenAI's ChatGPT. If you don't use ChatGPT, you have a very similar functionality in Claude called projects. In Gemini, you have gems, where you can train the AI on a specific skill set, in this case, feedback, and you can train it by giving it specific documents, frameworks, intel from your organization. You can even include, if I had created this feedback coach for a specific client, I would have included their organization's values and mission statement and something about their business, what industry they're in, how many employees they have, how many countries, etc. Right? And I would have also trained it to ask the manager which country is the employee in. Sometimes that context really matters. So this is one very simple, very easy way to use AI in leadership development, is to give your leaders a tool that they can use to learn and hone a specific skill, in this case, feedback. Before I move on to the next demo, any questions, thoughts, comments, please share them in the chat. I'm going to quickly look at the chat. There's a question, where do you see this feedback coach? Can't find one. So good question. This is Sarika, this is a custom GPT that I have created. And you can create your own custom GPT using the materials that you have for your specific organizational context and your specific business needs. Someone said, not surprising at all. I'm guessing you were referring to the poll results. I agree. How do we create it? I'm assuming you're referring to how do we create a custom GPT. So super simple. What you do is when you go to your ChatGPT here, you'll see this option here called GPTs on the left. So you click your GPTs and you'll see this option, Explore GPTs. So when you go to Explore GPTs, you'll see all of the public GPTs out there that are available for use. In this case, I created my own. So that feedback coach GPT I showed you is a GPT that I created. So if you want to create your own GPT, you just click this create button. And when you click the create button, it'll take you to that, remember that configure page I showed you where I named the GPT, I gave it a description and instructions. This is that page. So this is where it'll take you. You can provide it with instructions and you can include your knowledge base, so your files. Now, one of the easiest ways to create a custom GPT is in your chat with ChatGPT. You can start a new chat and say, I want to create a custom GPT, and I want this GPT to be able to provide leaders with guidance on how to provide feedback. Or I want this GPT to help leaders with X, Y, and Z. I want it to help leaders get better at coaching and developing talent. Whatever the business problem is that you're trying to solve, tell ChatGPT, this is the problem I want to try to solve, and I want to create a custom GPT to close this gap. How can I do that? And then it'll give you literally step-by-step instructions on how you can do that. It will even help you create that knowledge base, those files that I showed you that I entered into my custom GPT. It'll even help you create those files and frameworks so that you can train your GPT. So that's how I created my very first GPT. I didn't do it myself. I asked ChatGPT, I want to create a custom GPT. This is the problem I'm trying to solve. Can you help me? And then it asked me some questions and helped me create it. So if you don't want to create one on your own, just add ChatGPT for help and it'll help you do that. Same with Gemini Gems and Claude projects. This is super helpful. Great. I'm so glad to hear that. Okay, so let's move on to the next part of the demo. Now, here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to, back here where I had given it this prompt. So what I'm going to do now is, let's say I'm a leader who used this feedback with my team member, and I was very happy with how this conversation went, and I'm happy with how this feedback coach helped me. And what I want to do now is I want to now share this feedback framework with leaders in my organization. So I'm going to tell it, I want to share, I want to educate leaders in my organization on how to provide better and more effective feedback. And I'm going to say, can you share a one-page guide with me so that I can better educate leaders in my organization on this topic? So it's now creating a feedback guide for me, and it's sharing with me this framework called that I developed called SBID, Situation Behavior Impact Dialogue. Okay, so now here's what I'm going to do. What I want to do now is I want to take this feedback framework that it has developed for me, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go to my next prompt. So now I'm going to toggle into Gemini. And the reason I'm going to Gemini is I want to use Nano Banana. If you have used Nano Banana, please share in the chat yes or me. I would love to know if you've used it. Nano Banana is a very powerful tool for creating visuals. So here's what I'm going to do. I have now typed in a prompt into Gemini where I'm saying I want to educate leaders in my organization on this feedback framework. Using the guide below, please create a compelling visual that showcases this framework in a simple and easy to understand manner. And what I'm telling it is I want a visual that I can use in PowerPoint presentations. And I want you to use a 16:9 aspect ratio because that's what I use for my PowerPoint presentations, okay? So now I'm going to copy this guide that my custom GPT created for me, and I'm going to paste that guide into Gemini. So it's thinking, it's loading up Nano Banana Pro. It's going to take a second to do that. So I want to show you the same prompt that I provided it yesterday, and I'm going to show you the visual that it created for me. So I took the one-page guide that my custom GPT prepared for me. I then gave it to Nano Banana or Gemini, and using Nano Banana, it created this visual for me. So now I can take this, I can download it, and I can put it into a PowerPoint. Here we go. So I'm going to open up a new PowerPoint, right? And there you have it. now I have a ready-to-go presentation for my colleagues on this new feedback framework that I've just learned and I've applied. Pratibha, I just got a notification that the recording has stopped. Are we good to go still?
Yeah, hi, Malvika, we are good to go. Sorry
Okay,
for
great.
that.
No worries. So now I have a ready-to-go visual that I can use with my colleagues on this new feedback framework that I've just learned. And if you've ever put PowerPoint presentations together like me, you'll know that just creating this one slide would have probably taken an hour in the past. And now we have AI that can just generate this content for us very, very easily using a prompt. So before I move on again to the next part of the demo, I want to check the chat again to see if there are any comments or questions. One quick query, how does Feedback Coach GPT differ from regular ChatGPT results? Great question, Sarika. So the regular ChatGPT is a part of the LLM, a part of the large language model that is trained on all of the information out there in the world on the internet. And so it's pulling from millions and even billions of resources. The difference with a custom GPT or a GEM or a Claude project is that it's trained on the information and context of your specific situation, your organization, your team. And so you can give it things like, these are my company's values. This is the type of work that we do in my company. This is how many employees we have. This is how we like our managers to give feedback. So in this case, I'm using this framework called SBID, right? That's a framework that I developed. You may not like that framework. You may have a different manner in which you train your leaders to give feedback. And so you may want to train your custom GPT on those specific frameworks and methodologies that your organization uses. So the big difference with a custom GPT is you can train it to do one specific thing really well, whereas the regular ChatGPT is trained to do a lot of things. And you can train it on the organizational context of your business. So hope that answers your question. Kindly share one leadership prompt. I'm not sure, Advait, what you're referring to. If you could clarify what kind of leadership prompt you're looking for, I would be happy to share. Yes, for creating a postcard to congratulate my team. Not sure what that means. Sanat says, wow. Narayanan says, this is really cool. Yes, I agree. This is very cool. As I said, this is work that would take me at least an hour minimum. I'm not great at creating visuals in PowerPoint. This would have probably taken me more than an hour had I attempted to do this in the past. So I'm going to close this and let's go back to our demo. So now that we are done with ChatGPT or with Gemini, I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. And I'm back here now in my custom GPT, which is my feedback coach. So now let's say I have created this visual and I have trained the leaders in my organization. Now I did such a great job that my HR team or my L&D team is asking me to do this training again and again. And I don't necessarily want to do that. So I want to create a video of myself using my AI avatar that is going to train people on this feedback framework. So here's what I'm going to say to my custom GPT. I want to create a 2-minute video on the SBID feedback framework. Please draft a video script for me using only the spoken words that will be said in the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to take this script that it's developing for me, and I'm going to use this script to create a video 2-minute video of myself using a tool called HeyGen. HeyGen is spelled Heygen, HeyGen. Here we go. If you've used HeyGen before or you're familiar with it, type yes or me in the chat. I'd love to know if you've used it. HeyGen is one of the most powerful AI tools that I have ever used, and it's one of my favorite AI tools, and I use it all the time. And I'm going to show you now the power of HeyGen. So the custom GPT has created my video script. So I'm going to take this video script now. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to go to HeyGen. Now in HeyGen, I have already developed my video AI avatars. What do I mean by that? I go into HeyGen and I record a 30-second video. That's it, just 30 seconds of myself talking. I can be talking about anything in that video. I can be introducing myself. I can be reading from a script. And then using that 30-second video, it creates an AI avatar of me. And then using that AI avatar, I can create other videos. So I can just type in a script and it'll create a video of me saying that script. So I'm going to pick an avatar. Let's say I want to pick this one. Okay, so it shows me my avatar here. And here's the prompt I'm going to give HeyGen. Using the script below, produce a high quality video of me describing the SBID framework. So I've pasted my script, the one that my custom GPT provided, and I'm going to click generate. And once I click generate, it's going to start thinking and it's going to give me some parameters that it's going to use to create the video, and it's going to ask me to confirm them. I'm going to say yes, and then it's going to start generating the video. So here's the parameters that it's given me, portrait orientation, roughly 60 seconds, etc. So I'm going to say yes. And it'll start creating my video for me. Now, it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to create these videos, and we don't have that kind of time. So I'm going to show you a video that it created for me yesterday using this same exact script. So I'm using the free version of HeyGen. So you'll notice when I play this video for you that you have the HeyGen logo on the bottom. If you want to get the paid version, you can get rid of that HeyGen logo. You can even add your own logo. So
It's one of the most important tools
I'm
we
going to
have
just
as
play
leaders.
a little
One of the
brief
things
clip
is
of this. I'm not going to play
when
the entire
feedback goes
thing.
poorly, people get defensive, shut down, or nod along without changing anything. When it goes well, it builds trust, improves performance, and strengthens how teams work together. The framework I want to share with you today is called SBID, Situation, Behavior.
So you get the idea. So now it has created a 2-minute video for me here based on my prompt last night. And it goes on to describe the framework. It describes each part of the framework. And this is me in the video. It's not really me, it's my AI avatar, but it looks like me sharing this.
What were you optimizing for in that moment? What ideas do
There you go, sharing this framework with the audience that I want to share it with. So now, once HeyGen has generated this video for me, I can download it and I can share it with whoever I want to share it with. I can share it on LinkedIn. I can share it with my leaders in my organization who I want to share this, train on this framework, or I can share it in my company newsletter. However you want to use it, right? So this is a tool that helps you generate videos using your AI avatar. And if you don't want to use your AI avatar, they even have other avatars that you can use that are already designed. So here you can see they have an avatar ready to go of this lady. This is just one example. They have many others that you can use. So I could have typed in the same script and I could have used this AI avatar to create that same video I showed you. So now, without having to set up my recording setup, without having to memorize the script and say the script and do 4, 5, 6 takes to get the video right, now I have just taken my AI avatar that was very simply created by HeyGen, and I have generated a video of myself with pretty powerful visuals, as you saw in the video that I showed you, to explain a very simple framework to my colleagues. So I'm going to go back to the chat and look at your comments. Let's see. Is this session going for 1 hour? Yes, I believe so. So some of you have used HeyGen, very good. Can you take one more example for Nano Banana? Sure, share what you want Nano Banana to create and we will try to do it together. Prompt to create a leader GPT. Okay, so I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this, but Advait wants a prompt to create a leader GPT. Tell me what kind of leader GPT you want. Like, what do you want the GPT to be able to do for leaders? And we can create that together. Can't believe it. HeyGen tool is new to me. Yes, it was new to me up until a year plus or so, year ago or so, and it is now the one tool that I use most often. I've used it to create training videos for clients, video messages for team members, etc. So it is one of my favorite tools to use. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any other questions or comments here. Okay, great. So that year-end metrics to leaders in a PowerPoint. Okay, so let's try that. So I'm going to open a new chat in Gemini. Sarika, I think you... Okay, so let's do Sarika's prompt and then let's do Advait's prompt. So year-end metrics to leaders in a PowerPoint. So I'm going to say, hi Gemini, I want to create a powerful visual that will share year-end metrics with the leaders in my organization. And I'm just going to say, for the purposes of this prompt, the metrics I want to use are revenue, EBITDA, operating cash flow, and gross margins. Can you please share a visual that I can use in PowerPoint that demonstrates what these metrics are and how they should be used? Use a I will be using a 16:9 aspect ratio. Okay, so let's give it that prompt and see what it does. An Advait, GPT that trains leaders on running the organization with humanity. So here, I'm going to show you how I would do this using ChatGPT. I want to create a custom GPT that trains leaders in my organization on leading with humanity. I want it to reflect the values of my organization. I'm going to make up some values: excellence, belonging, customer orientation, and integrity. I specifically want leaders in my company to understand how to design human-centered processes and programs. And importantly, I want them to lead through change and through difficult conversations with a human-centric approach. Can you help me create this GPT? Okay, so now you can see it's literally given me all of the instructions that I can use. So remember when I went to the configure part of my custom GPT, I had added the instructions. It's typing in all of the instructions that I can use, and I can literally copy and paste this response that it's given me, and I can add it to configure that GPT. And if I have additional documents, context frameworks, policies, etc., from my company, I can add them to the knowledge base. So there you go. You don't even need to create a custom GPT on your own. You can ask ChatGPT for help with that. So it's given me, you see here, system instructions. You are a leadership coach and organizational advisor. You help leaders do X, Y, and Z. You believe excellence and humanity are mutually reinforcing. So you can literally take this and paste it to configure your GPT. Now let's go back to Gemini and see what it has created for us. So it's given me an overview of all of the metrics, right? So here's what I'm going to say. Thank you for sharing this overview. I was looking for a visual that I can use in a PowerPoint presentation. Create a visual that shows all of these metrics and their definitions on one page. Let's see what it does with that. And I'm going to go back to your comments. And as you can see, right, these AI tools are not going to get everything right at the first try. So you need to work with them, prompt them, adjust your prompt, and every step of the way, you're going to learn something. So here, it has now created a visual that I can use with the leaders in my organization on the 4 year-end metrics that I shared with it. And by the way, if you had actual numbers in here, you could even add those numbers and it will create your visual for you. So I know we are limited on time, so I'm going to go back to my presentation here and finish on a couple of last thoughts. So we've looked at how we can use AI in leadership development, but it's important to understand, and I know given this audience, you all already understand the risks and the ethical implications of using AI in this way, right? So we know that AI is only as good as the prompts, the data that we provide it. A lot of organizations I work with don't have AI-ready data and documentation, so that is an important consideration to think about. It's also only as good as the leader's judgment, the person who's using it and applying it, and it's only as good as the governance. So you need very strong governance frameworks in your organization around how AI should be used, when it should be used, and including when it should not be used. because there are risks associated with AI. There's obviously the risk of cognitive atrophy, so over delegating your thinking to AI. We all know about bias reinforcement. A lot of LLMs and other AI tools are trained on historical data, and historical data is, as we know, not always unbiased data. And of course, one of the most important ways in which we learn is by working with each other, connecting with each other, exchanging ideas, exactly what we're doing here, right? Asking questions of each other. And if we replace that with going to AI every time, so if you used to just swivel your chair and ask your cube mate, hey, what do you think of this? Hey, I want to run this idea by you. I have a question for you. And now instead of doing that, you're doing that with AI every time. Of course, there's a loss of human connection. There's a loss of social learning from each other. At the end of the day, we are social beings. So that connection is very important, right? So that poses a risk as well. So I want to know from you, we've talked a little bit about risks now, but I want to know from you what concerns you most about AI in leadership. So Pratibha, if we can start the second poll, please, that would be fantastic.
Yes, just allow me a minute. So the second poll has been launched.
Wonderful. And again, if you don't see an answer here that you think is your top concern about AI in leadership, share your top concern in the chat. And once again, we'll try to get to about, I would say 50 to 60% participation before we close the poll. Someone is asking in the chat facilitators details. I'm not sure if you mean Pratibha or me. If you would like my details, you can, if you go to my introduction slide, which I'm assuming will be shared, you can find how to connect with me on LinkedIn there. You can also access some of my other work. Manali says, what mindset or framework should HR leaders follow in creating AI prompts for complex, high-risk HR cases where ethics, bias, and employee experience are critical? So I will throw this question right back at you and say, paste that question into whether it's ChatGPT or your favorite LLM and see what it says. So let's go back to our poll for a second. We have over 60% participation, so I'm going to end it now. Okay, so I'm going to share the results and hopefully you can all see them. Over-reliance on AI at the expense of human judgment and data privacy and responsible use of sensitive information. Absolutely. These are the top two concerns that I hear about. By the way, on the topic of data privacy and responsible use, I should say I use instances of ChatGPT and Gemini that do not use the information that I provide them to train the larger model. And I don't ever provide any sensitive client information to these tools. So that's important to keep in mind as you're using these tools. So these concerns are very consistent with what I hear as well. So now that we've talked a little bit about risks and concerns about AI in leadership, I want to leave you with a couple of very practical takeaways. One, I would encourage you to start, as you're using AI for leadership development, I would encourage you to start with one practical, one step, one leadership moment that you want to work on using AI. So it can be, like we said, feedback in our case, it can be better quality decision making, goal setting, etc. And train your, whether it's your GEM, custom GPT, etc., on that one leadership moment. Or you may even have an in-house tool that you may want to train on that. The next thing you want to do is you want to keep in mind that AI should be used as a thinking partner, not an answer engine. So as you're drafting your acceptable use policies related to AI, keep that in mind. And finally, keep humans in the loop. We want to make sure that we are leveraging the judgment and the expertise of our people, not asking them to delegate their thinking entirely. If you want to know what happens when you don't keep humans in the loop, go to your news, Google News, or whatever news you like to use, and look up Deloitte Australia. Deloitte Australia, a few months ago, had an incident where they had to pay the Australian government back around $440,000 because their team simply took AI output and sent it to their clients and did not check it. And it ended up having a lot of hallucinations and incorrect information. So it actually became a very big PR nightmare for the company. So the thought that I want to leave you with is that the future of leadership development is about being people-led and tech-enabled, not the other way around. So that is my time. I want to thank you for spending this time with me. I value your feedback. So I would love for you to share your feedback on this session. You can either use the link on this page or you can scan the QR code to share your feedback on whether you found this session valuable. And I will now turn it back to Pratibha to start the Q&A.
Thank you so much, Malvika, for the amazing and insightful sessions. So today we had a lot of learn. So I'm sure our participants have very insightful learning today. So the participant, if you have any more question, please feel free to use the chat box as the floor is officially open for Q&A. Meanwhile, we do have few questions from our participant of YouTube and LinkedIn. So as we are running out of the time, so we'll take 2 to 3 questions more. So I hope that's okay with you, Malvika.
Of course.
So let's start with the first question. So the first question we have, what ethical or governance considerations should organizations keep in mind when leaders start using tool like Hagen at scale?
Okay, so one of the ethical considerations to keep in mind is I recently, a few months ago, I watched a Gartner webinar that said that in the very near future, by 2027, 70% of employment contracts will contain licensing and fair usage clauses for AI representations of people's personas. So these are contracts for new hires, right? So what do we mean by that? When we talk about AI representations of your persona, we mean your AI avatars. So you saw the AI avatars that I created in HeyGen. Now, if I obviously work for myself, but if I worked for a company, the types of questions that I would need to answer from an ethical and governance perspective are questions like, who owns that persona, that AI avatar? Is it me? Is it the company? What if my AI avatar is used to train my replacement after I leave? Who gets paid for that? Do I get paid for that? If my AI avatar is used to give a presentation back at the office while I'm over here doing client work, do I get paid twice? So what are the licensing terms that govern the use of that avatar and who owns that avatar? Those are the types of governance and ethics questions that we should be asking ourselves.
Thank you so much for the amazing and insightful answer. So the next question we have, what leadership development use cases have you seen where Hagen creates more engagement compared to traditional video or text-based learning?
Yeah, so I think one of the key ways in which AI is evolving leadership development is in the past, L&D professionals used to spend a lot of time on content creation. And I think we are now in this AI era, we are going from content creation to content curation. So some of the companies that I've talked to, one company that does, they have very strong AI-powered learning tech, AI-powered learning management system. It's called Juno Journey. They're based out of Tel Aviv. And they have created agents to do everything from helping people create personalized development plans to helping you identify the right learning paths, to giving you feedback, on your learning and development journey, and even curating the right content. So those are just a couple of examples that I've seen out there in the real world.
Thank you so much for the detailed and thoughtful answer. So we do have one or two interesting questions from the participant in chat, and then we'll move forward to the next step. So Venkat Lakshmi is asking, I create programs for college students. How effectively can I use AI tools to make learning more interesting?
So I'm so glad, first of all, that you're thinking about this, because I think there are a lot of higher education institutions and universities that are outright banning AI. And I don't think that is the right approach, because we do need students coming out of university to be equipped to use AI in the workplace. So I think you can obviously use AI in a classroom setting to teach students how to responsibly use AI. But I think a good place to start is to teach them what are the risks of using AI, so that they understand what responsible and ethical use looks like, and so that they understand the biases that could be embedded in AI generated results. One of the ways in which, so there's a professor of entrepreneurship, I think he's at Wharton. His name is Ethan Mollick. He wrote a book called Co-Intelligence. Great book. I highly recommend it. But one of the ways in which he uses AI in his entrepreneurship class is he asks students to use AI to generate an output, whatever it may be, an essay or an assignment. And then he asks them to critique the results that the AI gave them. So he's teaching them not only how to use AI, but how to critically evaluate the output of the AI. So that's one way that I've heard of.
Thank you so much for the amazing answer. So the next question, and participant, as we are running out of the time, so this will be our last question today. But I did share Malvika's LinkedIn ID into the chat box. Malvika has also shared it, and I'm sharing it once again so that you don't miss out. So you can connect with her directly for any query, any guidance. I'm sure she would be happy to help you out, guys. So the last question for today we have, Malvika, from Madhu. Do we need to put disclaimer indicating that this content is generated by AI wherever we leveraged AI?
Absolutely. And I think there's a couple of reasons for that. One is trust and transparency. It's important for people to know when you used AI. And even in a customer-facing setting, for example, when, for example, if one of us call into the customer service line of a company, I'm guessing we would want to know that we're talking to a bot versus a human, right? So trust and transparency really matter. The other reason it really matters is if you are trying to encourage people in your organization to use AI, it's really helpful for them to know that others are also using AI. So I worked with a CEO of a tech company last year, and he was really trying to encourage people in his organization to use AI. And whenever he would present in town hall meetings or team meetings, he would always have a line on the bottom of his slide or document that he generated using AI, and it would say this document was generated using AI. And when he started doing that, others in the organization also felt comfortable using AI because he was setting the tone at the top. If people feel like the senior leaders are not using AI, they're just asking the rest of us to use AI, it's going to be much harder to get them on board.
Thank you so much for the great and insightful answer, Malvika. So, as participant, I've told that this will be our last question of today, but I have shared the Malvika's LinkedIn ID. Please connect for any guidance. So, before moving forward, would you like to give any final statement?
I think the last thought that I would leave you all with is this is obviously a very uncertain time, and things are moving extremely fast. And so continue doing what you're doing today, which is investing in your learning, because today it's AI, tomorrow it might be quantum computing or something else, who knows? And every few weeks we get a new version of a new LLM or a new tool that we can use. So continue to learn and be curious, and that is really the best way to future-proof yourself in your career.
Thank you so much for the insightful statement. And it was very honor to have you. It was very great learning today. So, moving forward to the next part of session, I know that we have already out of time, so I'll not keep you occupied more. Just allow me a minute, and we'll wrap up this event in 1 to 2 minutes. So, participant, if you are ready for getting the certification into AI, now the certifications are available on our website, and we have the certification into AI tool experts, generative AI professionals, generative AI foundation. Apart from that, agentic AI professional, agentic AI foundation certificate, we are also giving a complimentary coupon code to all of our participants, which will give you a 20% off for using this, for opting this certification. So if you want to get certified into AI, check our website, use the coupon code link, get 20% off and get certified into AI. Apart from that, we also have a coupon code for our learning and development professional. As today we were having the audience segment from both of the sector, because we merged the AI and L&D according to our speaker expertise. So learning and development certifications are also available on our platform. So if you want to opt for the certification, we are giving a complimentary coupon code for learning and development certification as well, which will give you a 20% off. So if you're learning and development professionals or want to get certified into this, check our website, use the coupon code link and get certified into the learning and development. Before moving forward, I just wanted to make a quick announcement, and one of them is the utility tool. So in today's AI era, everyone is using the AI to make their professional journey even more easier, and HRs and recruiters are also one of them. But that is also a fact that most of candidates' resumes are getting rejected even though after having the skills and experience, because HR and recruiters do get a lot of resumes on daily basis. So now with the help of AI ATS screening system, they process the resume for next round of interview. So what you can do, you can take the help of utility tool. We are also giving a complimentary coupon code to all of our participants, which will give you 100% off for using this utility tool. So you can log in into utility tool by using your LinkedIn ID and password, and it will give you a recommendation according to the job designation you are targeting and the industry you are targeting, and it will re-improvise your LinkedIn profile. So if you're on your job hunting journey, do you take the help of utility tool and make your job hunting journey even more easier, and all the best for your job hunting journey. So as today we had a 1 day exclusive learning experience for AI and Learning and Development Lab 2026. But from tomorrow we are back onto the AI in Action webinar. So if you're an AI enthusiastic people, or if you want to learn regarding new trends, new skills, so this webinar is for you. And tomorrow we are going to have the session at the same time, 7:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 p.m. Singapore, 7 p.m. Indian, and 8:30 a.m. Eastern. So I'm hoping to see you all tomorrow in AI session as well. And if you are an ISO enthusiastic people, so one more webinar is being conducted right now from the 8:30 a.m. Central, 10:30 p.m. Singapore, 8 p.m. Indian, and 9:30 a.m. Eastern. We have added a lot of new modules also from policy to practice in 2026 for ISO, for making you future ready. So if you're an ISO enthusiastic people, this webinar is for you. And we are also going to be back on our learning and development webinar from tomorrow, which will be at 9:30 a.m. Central, 11:30 p.m. Singapore, 9 p.m. Indian, and 10:30 a.m. Eastern. So tomorrow we are going to have Casey Walls with one more impactful and insightful session. And I'm hoping to see you all tomorrow as well. With that, it's time to celebrate our referral champions. So today we have Leela Venkat, Satish, Saroj, and Dauda. Special thanks to all three of you for helping us improving our learning program. So you can also be one of our knowledge professionals and knowledge advisors. So what you can do, if any of your peers, colleagues, and professional wants to join for this webinar or any other webinar which being conducted right now, you can refer the registration link, which you will be able to find out on our website. So every referral will earn you a point. And once you hit a 50 referral points, you will be able to get a free $400 worth gift certification voucher. So what are you waiting for? Take the advantage of this offer and be one of our knowledge professional and advisor. And if you want to join for any of our webinar as a speaker or learning capsules or podcast, we would be happy to have you as our speaker. Please do reach out as pratibha@gsdccouncil.org and preetham@gsdcouncil.org. We would also love to hear your feedback, your session key takeaways, your learning outcomes. Also, we would love to be connected with you on our platform, on our LinkedIn, website, and WhatsApp group, where we do give the update on a daily basis regarding our upcoming events, trends, or any other changes which can make your learning journey even more engaging and dynamic. So do connect with us on all of our platform, and also please do drop your feedbacks and suggestions, session key takeaways in on reviews.io. So I'm sharing all of the link into the chat box so that you don't miss out. So please do connect with us all here, because your feedback and suggestion help us to make your learning journey even more improving and more beneficial for you guys. With that, it's time to come to an event end time. And thank you so much once again, Malvika, for joining in our today's session. We are very honored to have you as a speaker. Looking forward to having you in the future as well. Thank you so much for all of the participants for joining into our learning journey. Once again, I really apologize for the messed up, and thank you so much for all of your patience for bearing with me. So I'm hoping to see you all tomorrow as well. Till then, keep learning, keep energizing. Have a good day, good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you are.
Thank you. Be well.